Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to the All Ball Sports Show, a discussion of any and all sports, local, regional, and national. And now, here are your hosts, Dan Janes, Eddie Bobo, Ty Cobb, and the coach, Vance Ballou.
Thank you, Bill Jones. Welcome into the All the Ball Sports Show for this Wednesday evening, 20th day of February. Glad to have you along. This is going to be a complete hour of Columbia Central soccer, just like we had back on the 19th of December. And Coach Greg Sydlowski is with us tonight. And you brought along the guys this time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We did. We excited to be here. Thanks for having us, Dan, and everybody else that's involved with the sports show. We're here just kind of give a little bit of preseason notations of, our boys getting out there and getting ready to get back to sub-state and then look to advance into the state tournament. That's our goal.
You told me a couple of weeks ago when we talked, you said these guys are going to go all the way. What gives you that confidence, Coach?
Hey, we fell short last year in sub-state. I really don't think that Cookeville was better than us. I just think we had a bad game. And one of the things that I've been at Central now, be going on 9 years, 9 years in the district, and I've got to give a shout out to Coach Norman, Coach Macer, who's they were part of this program way before I was asked to take it over. And I tell the boys this all the time. Columbia Central is a boys soccer school. Our girls, again, and let's just tell everybody right now. This past year in 2018, boys won the district, and the girls won the district. So we have 2 district championships at our school for the sport of soccer. But again, getting back to the fact that this is a boys soccer school. They have a tradition of winning. Norman did a fantastic job, and I just feel last year, and I told the guys, sometimes it was a moment that I was watching these guys play, and as it was over, there were tears shed. There were guys that were seniors, but I was just sitting there, and I'm in awe because we were better than that team, and it was at that moment said, we'll be back. We'll be back in this moment. So I'm living by that. I've told these guys that, and it's now going to be, their turn to go out and perform.
And is that the motivation for you guys to go to state and
Yes,
take
sir.
it all the way this time?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Speaking of Norman, I just saw him walking his dog outside.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't even know he lived in the neighborhood.
Well, here we go. So just introductions. This is Aaron Farmer. He's a senior. All 4 guys are seniors.
Is he any kin to any of those other farmers out at Central?
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and then we have Esau.
I
Perez.
wasn't going to hold it against you.
Esau Perez is next to Aaron. You have Jason Safali and Ernesto Diaz. All 4 are seniors. So we invited Preston Price. I'm going to give a shout out to him. And he was not able to make it tonight, but he's a junior and a leader as well.
But Jason looks more like a football player and not a soccer player.
Well,
I mean, seriously. I mean, if you're looking at size, he's a bigger guy.
Well, if you really would see Aaron actually played football his first year, But yes, Jason has been begged, pleaded, and kind of tackled in the hallway by football coaches his whole 4 years to get him to come out and play. Obviously, I'll let him talk a little bit about travel soccer, Aaron travel soccer, any of these guys that have traveled. But all these 4 play soccer it's like year round. I mean, they're always touching the ball. I mean, it could be freezing outside, and they're going to find a goal, a soccer ball. And, in our preseason this year, we had open facilities, and it's January and February, and we're all out. And when it gets cold, soccer ball, it's like you're kicking a rock. These guys want to be out there. They want to be. They've been getting ready since we left for sub-state. So, I mean, last year, I mean, they're ready to go.
Now, you sent me a long laundry list of accomplishments of this team dating back to about 2001, I guess it was.
Yes, sir.
And 2001, it was a district tournament runner-up. In 2002, no mention of anything. 2003, district runner-up, region champs. Final four in the state tournament in 2003. That's not bad.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, here's what I'm here, and I'm just gonna say a few things. What's going on? But I mean, I wasn't a part of that. But as you look at that, that's a laundry list, right? Yeah. I mean, of just accomplishment.
2008 district champs, 2009 district tournament champions, region tournament champs, and state tournament. 2010 district runner-up, 2011 district regular and tournament champions, 2012 district regular and tournament champs, state tournament, 2013 district tournament champions, 2014 district regular and tournament champions and sectionals, 2015 district regular and tournament champs. What is this? Saddest loss of my career in the sectionals?
Okay, that was Drew Norman.
Okay.
Okay, you know that. And these guys would allude to
that. Those are
Drew's
Drew's words, not your words.
Mine, no.
Okay.
He sent me that, and because last year I requested him to kind of give me a breakdown of it, and that's why, if you look at it, it's a boys soccer school. I mean, those are accomplishments. I mean, you know, it's not like they're going there and there's a question mark at district champs. It's like, I mean, you just keep reading and reading. You know, they're making it to championship games. They're making it to championship games. And what's funny is, and these guys know I was an official. So I was a soccer official. When I moved to Tennessee, I got into officiating soccer like big time. And it's funny, the year they went to state in 2012, I was teaching at Whitthorne, and I was actually invited, you know, to the state tournament. So I actually officiated a state championship game, and I saw Norman coach the Central Lions there. And they had a guy by the name of Jeremiah who went on and played at Memphis, right, guys? Yeah. Fastest guy I've ever seen in my life, to be quite honest. I mean, we've got some fast guys on the team now, but I mean, he was unbelievable. But I mean, and we're going to get to this season and these boys, especially what they accomplished last year. Sky's the limit for them. You know, we're looking at 2019 to fall in line with the laundry list, and that's why I sent it to you because you know, the coaches before and the players before have accomplished so much for this school. And, you know, I think it's so important for us to see that, you know, soccer flourishes there at CHS. And it's a testament to hard work and dedication by players.
Well, to show you what an old man I am, my son played on Drew Norman's championship team in youth soccer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Drew talks about that. I mean, these guys love.
And his dad was a coach.
Yeah. These guys love his brother coaches. Where's he at? Not at SMU. He's at D3 school in Texas. Right. So his brother's coaching at the collegiate level. You know. So. And we don't have our assistant coach here, which I want to give a shout out to Colton Bryant. Yeah. These guys are big time affiliated with him. He does a lot of work for our boys and girls. He's the head coach at Columbia State.
And we've had him on.
And he's a tremendous asset.
Right.
Right. So when he had asked me years prior to me coaching the boys to come in as the girls. It never connected. But once I took the boys over, you know, and was offered that, I knew he would be a great fit, and these guys love him.
Well, we all know that you coached, assistant coach, basketball for years and years and years at Columbia
6
Central.
years.
Is it easier to transition from men's soccer to women's soccer and just keep that consistency going and not doing the other sports?
I'm just going to put out there, I'm an athlete. I've always been an athlete. I think these guys are athletes too. I think, you know, he played football for the first year. I think talking to Aaron Farmer, he says, you know, he wishes he would have started his freshman year. If we'll let him comment on that. But I think the two loves of my life were soccer and basketball. With these guys, you know, they see me at 43 years old. You know, I'm not out going to men's league trying to think that I'm going to win the World Cup. You know, some guys play into their 50s and stuff. If the opportunity arises, you know, I have two little ones at home. I don't really have time to do that. But no, I don't. There's a lot of similarities between sports. You know what I'm saying? If you know the sport, right? So I enjoyed basketball. I'll tell you right now, I missed it. You know, look at what our boys did. You know, the boys won the district title the other night. They're getting ready to go on in the region. So,
and I want to give a shout out to Coach Campbell too.
Yes,
he
sir.
did something with a group of gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
That wasn't expected to happen because the talent level did not look like where it is right now this time last year. So now all of a sudden he's taken a group of guys who are playing as a team.
Yes, sir.
And have won the district.
Yeah, and that's a testament to, you know, and sometimes, you know, and I had a conversation with Merle on several occasions when he was making this decision, and he was, you know, his decision was, hey, I think it's, you know, maybe it's time for someone else to take what I've had for so long, and sometimes it's that change. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, looking from Norman to myself, I don't think if you ask these guys that I've changed a whole lot of what he did. You know what I mean? Because why are you going to change something that was working? You know what I mean? So there's a few things maybe, but they would allude to. Yeah, I think we didn't change a lot, but coaching sports, I would probably be living in the shed or maybe not at home. But I would have loved to have coached basketball again. But what it gives me opportunity is to be with these guys more, and so it's.
Yeah, you got those two little ones at home too. You got to think about.
Hey, man, these guys know them. They see them. They come to the games. You know, in the spring, they're great guys. So I'm a family guy. Will always be. So you know, I am blessed too, and you can ask these guys over and over again. I tell them all the time, hey, I'm a blessed guy to have the talent and ability of what these boys have. It's going to be an exciting year, no doubt. I'm excited.
He's pumped. You guys better deliver. Otherwise, I've got to live with him after you graduate. I guess you know that, don't you?
Yeah, I don't want to send an email. I don't want to send an email, Dan, that says the same thing. You know that Norman said. You know the worst. I want to see these guys. You know, win a region, win a sub-state. It would be great if it's a tough road. You know, we talked about it last year. Getting there, and you know they were at home in every big game. They were at home for the district championship. They were at home for the region championship. And so this is awesome for them. You know, they're playing in front of their home crowd. They're playing on their field. But it would be great for them to be playing a sub-state game at home, getting you know, and I think when we get to talking to them, they're going to let you know that's where they would want to be, headed to a state tournament.
I'd like to mention that Reverend Patton has come in. Maurice Patton, all dressed up. He looks good.
He does. He does.
Sports editor for the Daily Herald, and happy to have him here tonight.
Yes, it is.
I think he's come by for the soup. I'm not real sure.
Okay.
just saying.
Yeah, I know.
Just saying.
It's great soup.
But you know, when you look at it, all the sports at Columbia Central are going great guns right now.
Yes, sir.
It's really fun to watch because we're finally getting back to where we used to be.
I mean, I cannot argue that. That's great. It's excellent, and I think you know we're going to continue that tradition this year. It's exciting, and here's the thing: I think what we should, you know, talking to Aaron, I'm going to let these guys kind of conversate a little bit. You look at last year, Aaron. Okay, think about this.
He's going to make you think.
Look at our season last year and kind of give us a little bit about you know. What the team accomplished and what it's going to give you and the rest of the team kind of goals for this season.
I think the biggest thing it did was it made us hungry. I know my sophomore year, so 2 years ago now, it was a rough finish. I mean, first round of district we were out, and before that, you know, Central's just been a soccer program. You know, it's been district as normal. You know, so that gave us a really bad taste in our mouth. And I think that was something that really drove us last season. We had a reputation we wanted to set for ourselves, and that's what we did. I mean, we were strong in our district, won that, and we were fighting. And the early finish, it gave us a taste, you know. and we have that taste, and that's what we want. You know, we know what it's like, and we're ready. I mean, hearing people talk us up, like Coach said, you know, like you said, oh, we want an early end, and you have to live with them. But for us, when we get to our region, it's a lot of Murfreesboro teams, you know, all those teams that have everything. They have the soccer facilities, you know, they have the money, and we necessarily don't. We're just a bunch of athletes who love to play soccer. We love to play the game. Like Coach said, we'll get out there, get a ball. We don't care how cold it is. We just want to play the game.
And the one thing you'll learn about Columbia Central sports is that you are invariably under the radar every single year.
Yeah.
Which is not a bad thing. Not a bad thing.
I think it's something we like. When we go in there, we get to show them who Columbia Central is.
Right.
So I think they all can speak for us. I mean, I don't know if you guys have anything else you want to say for this season, but for us, it's just a lot of us are seniors, and we've been playing soccer with each other since we were young, so we know this is our season.
Was there any one turning point during the end of the season last year where you knew you probably was something maybe you could have done, something that you could have tweaked, something that might have been made you a little bit better?
I think, and I don't want to blame some, but I think what really frustrated us was we struggled with the goalie last year. Brandon, he freshman, you know, really, he was an athlete and he didn't play goalie, and he stepped up for us big time. But he wasn't a natural goalie, and I think for me personally, that's what frustrated me. I felt like it was kind of like a weak point, and it really hurt us. And I know for me, we played great. But you can always go back to, if we had a goalie, if we had that. And to me, that's what kind of hurts me. You know, I'm like, man, you know, if we had a goalie, it could have been a different season. But it happened. You know, if you can't rely on the ifs and what ifs.
And to interject there a little bit, you know, this program had Luke Wilson for 4 years. Where's Luke at? Luke just took Lipscomb.
I mean,
you know,
really?
Yeah. Luke took Lipscomb to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8, or you know, and the NCAA made an unbelievable save. You know, it was all over social media. That's, you know, 6'5", 6'6", long, unbelievable keeper, to looking for someone in Columbia to play keeper. Not only for the boys program, but for the girls program. We haven't had one. You know, Hanaya Ball for the girls, rugby player, athlete, playing goal. Never played soccer. Sophomore year, she comes out. Well, we stick her in goal, and she was there ever since. These guys, like they said, Brandon was a field player. We're putting a field player in goal, you know, and we're trying to advance in AAA soccer, you know. So, you know, it's a tough. We're looking to probably start a freshman, Eric Nieto, I believe his last name is. I mean that's right now. That's the vision. So, and he's not bad. He's gonna. These guys know he's gonna have some learning. You know,
Are you going to start him at goal?
Right now, he's our only goalkeeper, Dan.
Yes,
We've got a JV guy that's a field player. That's
right, but let me ask this. This is the elephant.
He is a goalie. He has been playing playing keeper.
All right, that's what I was going to ask. I mean, otherwise you're going to end up with the same situation you had last year.
Yeah. So here's where we're going, right?
Which is no fault of the gentleman who stepped in, but you've got to have somebody who could play position.
When you look top to bottom, right? We have good problems. We have guys that'll be fighting for spots. They're fighting at practice right now. I've put them into 4 colors this year on our pennies. We've got, you know, kind of our top tier team and blue pennies. We have pretty much our.
Whoa, back up. Explain.
Okay, so here's the thing. You know, it's funny. It's funny that someone comes. You know, all these guys watch Premier League soccer. Right. I mean, they're big fans, so they know. When they see certain people in pennies in Premier League soccer, they can decipher, okay, who are the legit guys and who are the reserves. So the blue team, you know, and I did this on purpose, and it helps me because we have 35 guys, kind of, you know,
so you can
separate.
color coordinate.
Yeah. But you know,
he runs a tight ship.
You know, you can literally see. So, and then our green are our reserves. So we have 20 guys for an 11-man roster, 11 men on the field, okay? You know, and we're starting a freshman at goal. So here you have all our blue. There's 11 guys, 9 guys in green, and then you have fluorescent yellow, and you have pink. Okay, and so those are more.
You don't have pink.
Well, it's kind of like a purple, pinkish.
It's pink.
It is pink.
It's pretty pink.
It is
Definitely pink.
It is. So, but here's what happens. So can those fluorescent yellow individuals move to the green? Can those green move to the blue, and will the blue fall to the green? That's an obvious thing. Good problems. So literally, when we sub somebody, and I was talking to them yesterday, when we're subbing somebody off, we should be not losing a beat. That's a great thing to have, right. and guys, because and you're looking like we're gonna play probably 15 guys, 16 maybe, and we're looking at 20 guys that'll be on the bench. So every practice is important for them. And I had the guys that are the leaders kind of talk to the group, and they've got to understand, it's, you're falling off, you're not calling, you're not letting your coaches know where you're at if you're not getting to practice. This is going to be a battle. And Esau Perez, I don't really, he didn't know I was going to probably talk about this, but his moments last year.
Hang on.
Yeah. His moments last year, right? I mean, you can ask him. I mean, he plays more minutes his sophomore year than he does his junior year, probably. I mean, overall. But there was he scored an unbelievable goal in the Siegel game, comes in. His last, probably 4 games of the year. He changed his style of play, and he gained more minutes. So earlier on in the season, mid-season, he wasn't as happy with his minutes. He was playing, but he wasn't happy with his minutes. So
did he discuss his unhappiness with you?
Yeah, I mean, and he should. Athletes should. I mean, they should go to their coach and say, "Hey, what's the reasoning here?" Mm-hmm. We gave him an explanation. Colton gave his 2 cents. I gave my 2 cents, and he understood. And obviously he changed some of those things. So, hey, the sky's the limit for our program. These guys are going to be battling. What do you think about that? What do you think, Esau?
I think we will. The sky's the limit for us. Obviously, like Aaron and you've said before, the district championship has always been like running through Columbia Central. So this year, I think, or since last year, we won it because the year before, our sophomore year, we fell short. We got out of the seat easily, and last year we won it. Like Aaron said, we were hungry. Mm-hmm. We came for it. We won. We accomplished. Same thing for this year. Last year, we went to sub-state. We fell short again. So this year, I think, since it's gonna go in the same order, mm-hmm. we're gonna come back hungry, and we're gonna go for that state championship.
Got to explore this. I've got to. You left me with questions. You saying what you said mm-hmm. left me with questions. What was it that turned your mentality around to where you needed to change your play in order to get more playing time?
The thing was, Coach Colton, he actually told me during practice mm-hmm. that I wasn't really showing much effort. And at the time I was like, all right, yeah, whatever, okay. But after the season,
that's
I was
bad attitude, son.
Yeah, that was the reason. And
before.
Yeah, before.
Oh, okay, all right.
And after the season had ended, I was already yeah, I can see what he meant by that. And this year, I changed a lot more. During practices, I show a lot more. I take it more serious. I tried a lot more during this off season. I tried gaining a little bit more muscle weight to try be more aggressive. Mm-hmm. That's what I lacked last year. So hopefully this year that's what I gained.
And I can vouch that he definitely has. He put in the work.
Yeah, I mean, I can notice that, and I think the big thing for me was physicality for him. I think he's when Esau is at his best, he's a physical player. His finesse is by far it's great. When we talk about finesse with soccer, he has all those skills. And in our district, these guys know it's a physical district. Mm. Well, there's soccer. You go to Rutherford County, you're going to play a soccer game. Mm-hmm. You go to Williamson County, you're going to play a soccer game. You go to our district, right? It's going to be ankle hitting, physical, knock you off the ball, direct play, defensive minded, okay? If they're playing us, they want us to make a mistake and then capitalize on it, So I mean, those type of things these guys know when we go into our district. It's just, and so you've got to be physical. Yeah, I mean, these guys have to be physical back. Kind of takes us out of our game a little bit. And I was texting the assistant coach about that. Our district's going to be gunning for us. They will. They want to dethrone us every year. I think. What do you guys think? Shelbyville?
We were just talking about
Jason.
that. Somebody just asked us.
Yeah.
I used to work over there. Don't worry about them.
Yeah. What do you think, Jason?
Shelbyville, for my 4 years here, I played them every 4 years. They just really physical team, not really very good on the ball. Just come in for your shoulders, come in to foul you. A lot of yellow cards, dirty game. Not a very good game. And they're going to be coming for us. They do every year. I would say if we had
So they're not playing you from a finesse standpoint.
No. They're playing to hurt us, basically. That's what I feel like when I'm
Well, he's right. I mean, I don't you guys feel? I mean, when you're playing in our district, it's good if we get out of games without somebody injured.
Yeah.
Or one of our guys, because they stand up for themselves, and we really work on, and I try to work on with them, and I know that they're gonna, yellow cards are gonna come out, yeah. Regardless. I mean, it just more so to me in the boys' game than the girls' game. But, these guys did a great job towards the end of the year in kind of piping that down.
But from what I'm gaining from this is that our district doesn't understand the basic rule of soccer. It's just they're out there to play a game, but if you're playing Rutherford and Williamson and they're playing like real soccer guys, and then you're playing guys in our district who really are not sticking to the basic fundamentals of what good soccer should be and only trying to be physical.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. When you play the Franklin counties, they're going to have guys, and here's what they're going to have a lot of athletes playing soccer.
Right.
Okay? They're going to have players that travel. They're going to have decent, and these guys know that, right? I wouldn't necessarily say it that way because there are guys that know the game, but it's such a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
Their cohesiveness becomes scattered, You'll see glimpses of soccer for a moment, and then it's like, and then it becomes more of
rugby.
Yeah, well, they understand, but I mean, here's the thing, they'll pop up with a great goalkeeper.
Yeah,
that'll keep them in the district.
Yeah.
They'll pop up with a couple guys that are dangerous. So. I think last year, guys, remember Lincoln County came in last game of the year. They were up 1-0 until 12 minutes left in the game. Mm-hmm. Well, what did Preston Price do?
Scored 4.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scored 4 goals, and we end up winning 4-1. So Franklin County starts off in the district championship.
Down 2-0.
We're down 2-0 at halftime. We come back and win 5-2.
And back-to-back goals.
Back-to-back goals. Yeah.
Just right after another.
Yeah. So I mean, our districts. It's not like I'm just saying they'll play soccer, but it comes to a point where they're tired.
Mm-hmm.
They're chasing us. You know what I mean? And then it becomes much more physical. So it's exciting. We've got some great our schedule. We're playing Rossview. What do you think about Rossview, Jason?
Rossview, very strong team. They got a lot of players that play on my travel club. Very strong, very technical, good soccer, clean soccer, fast pace, high tempo. Have to stay on our feet 24/7 through that entire match. But we can beat them.
Yeah.
We got physicality. We are also clean, fast tempo. We like to play direct. We're going to hit into our midfielders. They're going to hit it back, and we're going to ping it up to Preston or Eric on the other wing. We can definitely beat them. We can beat anybody in this state. I'm not worried about them.
It's awesome. That's great.
Gee, Coach, kind of like that attitude.
I do. I mean, it's exciting. I just can't wait. Our first preseason game. You can see we play next week. We're our preseason game. We start with CA. We started with them last year.
Right.
It'll be like 4 20-minute halves. 3 20-minute halves of just our varsity, 20 minutes of our JV to end the night, and then we play.
Is it going to be at their house?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll play at their house. And then after that, the following Friday, we'll be at that Friday, this next Friday, a week from this Friday coming up, we play at 4:30. We'll play Spring Hill. We'll play just their varsity. And then we'll turn around and we'll go to, we're probably going to play Siegel or Tullahoma at a small little venue up in Tullahoma. There's 4 schools there. So we'll have one of those 2 to end our preseason.
Well, it's good. At least you get a Rutherford County team under your belt.
Yeah, and these guys love that. They want that
Yeah.
challenge.
Oh,
they
yeah.
want
Yeah.
a tough schedule. Like I said, I'm hoping that we go down to this southern, this cup down in Foley, and they play three grueling games, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Different competition, and because that's what they need. They need that type of competition included in their schedule. Also, we play Summit, which will be our first regular season game at Summit. So that'll be exciting. Summit.
Which, by the way, folks, Summit is not in Murray County. It is in Williamson County. It is a Williamson County school. Period. End of story.
Yeah, and how exciting for our guys. I mean, last year they came in they were our first regular season game last year. What
Right.
happened, guys? Ernesto, you want to take us down?
But if what you guys are kind of chuckling about happened last year, are you prepared to
Oh, yes,
Most
sir.
definitely. Yeah.
for them this year?
Definitely won't happen again.
Oh, 100%.
I think in that game, though, right? We were looking at a formation we were playing. I think when we look at the film and we saw kind of how things were going, I think they had 2 spectacular. They had some nice goals from quite a ways out. So I mean, things could have went one way or the other. You live and you learn.
All right, let me ask you this. Okay, we got a new goalie, freshman goalie this year. Do you guys? I know this is a stupid question, but for all of us who are borderline soccer folks like I am, are you going to just kick away at this guy in the net for practice to see if he can stop whatever you guys can throw at him?
I'll let these guys talk about him because
How you do it?
They know, they've seen him play. I've seen him practice.
I mean, you got this
Go ahead.
freshman coming up, and he's new. You had a new one last year.
Yeah.
Who stepped up to help out the team. But now you've got a guy who's played goalie. So what do you guys do to prep him for what's about to happen?
I think the biggest thing is we got to get behind him. We're a brotherhood.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of us, we're hanging out outside of soccer. We're hanging out on the weekends. I mean, we're brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And freshman coming in, we're going to take him right in. I know I didn't know much of his goalie skills, and I heard all of his friends saying it, and he proved it to us. I mean, open facilities, no coaches there. We're playing on our own, and he's making like insane saves, and he's proven himself to us. And so all we have to do as a team, we know he's proven that skill. We just have to get behind him. We have to let him know that we believe in him, because that's all it's about. If you believe in your brothers, you believe in the guy playing right beside you, then you'll play to your full potential. And so I know we're all confident in him. He's proved himself, and we know his potential, and we're going to back him 100%.
And the way he plays during open facilities shows that he's really committed in playing with us and showing how good of a goalkeeper.
What does he do?
As a goalkeeper, he shows that he can make saves, that he can improve with us behind him and keeping him on his feet.
Is he open? Is he open to all of that? I mean, is he open to criticism? Is he open to people patting him on the back, or I'm just doing my job?
Yeah. So I like him because, number one, he's a little shy right now. He's a freshman. He's gonna be. I was shy as a freshman. Everybody was here. He's really open to us trying to help him out, like showing to the right side if we have the ball in the back, clearing it one way, playing simple with the ball, getting the ball out so he can play high tempo. What else? We're trying to coach him how to come out a lot, and he's been really trying to come out on corner kicks, on deep balls, free kicks. He's been coming out. He's been trying to get that ball, and that's the best thing you can do is get in-game experience through practice. And he's been doing a really good job of, when we tell him to try to do something, him actually attempting it. And, of course, it's never going to work out at first, and you're going to get a little bit disencouraged. But he always tries again. He keeps moving. He keeps his morale up.
I think one of the things is and one of the big moments for goalkeepers, and these guys know as well as I do, comes from direct free kicks, indirect free kicks, right outside your 18, and then your corner kicks. I think those moments for Eric, he makes 1 or 2 saves, these guys behind him, because he's going to have a strong back line. He's going to be an outside defender. There's a center back. So Aaron center back, Jason center back. Here we got him. Esau U will be right there at midfield position. But I'm telling you right now, with those guys in front of him, he's going to have people that are backing him up. And I've watched the kid at practice recently. Guys shooting on him. We're taking our starters, and when we play scrimmages, they're shooting on. So our better players are shooting on him. One thing that Colton had alluded to, and he's not here tonight because he had C-State stuff, is
no, he's just too good to show up on the show.
Yeah. Well, no, he really would love to be here. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, I know.
Was the fact he's wondering how restarts will be with him. Is he going to be able to visually envision, as the game's going quicker? Because picking that ball up and taking those 6 seconds to really find out, can we go quick? Do I need to punt? I think those will be decisions that he learns. So it'll be interesting to see how he develops with those direct kicks, those indirect free kicks, and those corner kicks.
And of course, you guys put him in that kind of scenario when you're practicing.
Yes, we will. I mean, we haven't put a barrage on him, but there's been moments where he's had to make big saves and he's making them. So it'll be exciting to see him Tuesday night and Friday against Spring Hill. Then we'll visually be able to see a game scenario and see what he's doing. But these guys know as well as I do, getting thrown in the fire is the best practice you possibly can have. And he's going to have 3 games under his belt before we even get to the first regular season.
But having played that position, he already has an idea.
Oh, you can tell that. I
Yeah.
mean, there's I'm excited for him. And what's great is you've got a 4-year goalkeeper.
Yeah.
He's a freshman. So starting him off as a freshman, you're going to have him for the next 3 years after this one. So I'm excited.
All right, you guys follow Major League Soccer. Any particular athlete that you guys try to emulate or get, not necessarily emulate, but get ideas from when you're on the field? Or is it something that develops when you're out there? Or is there something you see from somebody else?
I think watching the game is a huge part. When you want to take your own game to the next level, you'll watch soccer a different way. You're not just gonna watch the game and enjoy it. You're gonna start. If I'm playing defense, I'm gonna be analyzing the defenders. I know personally, and I know the other guys can say it too. There's a one player in specific I really like. He's done really well in his league, captained his team at a really young age, and he's a defender. And you can learn a lot from them.
What does he do differently that sets him apart from anybody else you watch?
I think his composure. He's really confident on the ball. As a defender, you can get the ball and just clear it. Get it out of the way, keep him from scoring. But he's able to get the ball and pass it out. Pass it and possess out from the back. And seeing that is super, super cool. When you're younger, you're going to get the ball and you're going to be scared to have it, get rid of it. You're right by your goal. But having the confidence to get that and find your players right by you and find the passes, it just takes your game to the next level.
So who's going to have season passes to the new soccer league in Nashville?
He does.
I have some.
Already?
Yeah, I got them last year.
Oh, man. That's going to be a nice stadium when they get that done up there, too.
Oh, yeah, super nice.
Yeah.
Coach Sid, last year, he took the whole team
We're going to
down.
try this. We're going to try that again. That's in the works.
What?
Last year we took the boys together as a team bonding thing, and we took them down to watch Nashville SC.
All right.
And we got down all the way. These guys are characters. I mean, they are flat out. They
get it from our coach.
All you had to do was yell road trip, and they're on the bus.
I mean, they were the loudest. Like I had to go to the bus and get something, you know, and I'd walk ways away, you know, and all of a sudden I come back and they're talking smack to people. I mean, people from the other team, they're just like, oh, and the funny thing is this is great. This was the greatest.
That's hilarious.
All right, well, Levi Penrod graduated last year. Okay, so here's what's happening. This guy was a reserve, and he was warming up, and they're from the other team, he's right in front of us, you know. And they're razzing this guy. You're not going in? What are you doing? So blah, blah, blah. So I'll let them finish the story because what happened? The guy got in, right?
Yeah.
So tell what transpired.
He went in, and he went in like this man. I mean, no joke. He was warming up for at least 30 minutes.
No, he'd been warming up since the first half.
Yeah.
We were see what I'm saying, Dan? I mean, these guys are just—that's horrible for
And
the
these
guys.
guys are razzing.
Yeah, oh, they were razzing him.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
you know, just like, all right, so keep going.
He finally goes in like the 75th minute.
And guess who's cheering? Our whole section. they're like, yeah, all right. So keep going.
And then, you know, he plays pretty well, all that stuff. After the game, we're standing there getting autographs from the players. And guess who comes up and takes pictures with us? It's the guy we've been messing with the entire game.
And
See, but here's what I'm saying. And this is what totally makes that moment for me to watch kids like this. They will never forget that.
Yeah.
Oh, never.
Never. So they'll never forget that moment, right? We talk about championships. We talk about playing time. We talk about, but these guys, I mean, that's what makes it so exciting, you know, is that, I mean, I was just new to this group, man. It's just watching them just gel out on their own, creating memories. That's one of the things I enjoy about coaching, watching them create memories. And that's what I told my girls in Gatlinburg. And I'll tell them the same thing. We're going to go on a trip. And, yeah, everybody's all about wins and losses. What are you going to do? You going to bring home a cup? You going to do this? I told my girls, first game, I said, we're up here to create memories. It's great if we win. That's awesome. Come on. But the memories you'll make after the first game, after the second game, in the hotel room, they will never forget.
Oh, their lifetime.
Their whole lifetime.
Yeah.
I will remember that part with these guys forever.
Mm-hmm.
First year I coached, we go to Nashville SC game. I'll be talking to my wife. I'll talk to my kids when they grow up. They were razzing the heck out of a guy. What does the guy do after the game? He comes over to be with these kids, you know? And so kudos to them. They're so much fun. They all have great personalities.
Did the Nashville SC club ever get a name? Did they ever get a name for the team?
I don't.
Are
They're still. Are they still?
Because technically they're in like the
They're
minor
still
league of baseball.
Right.
And
So they're probably waiting.
yeah.
They're probably waiting to make that next
stadium
that
and all
step.
that.
Well,
all
after
the
the
stuff,
stadium's
yeah.
there, and then they become an actual MLS team, then they'll probably put
Are they
You know.
going next year to MLS or 2 years?
I think it's 22.
22. I believe.
But I think Esau has something to say about, you know, we're wild, but we're not the only one who's wild.
Bus rides, bus rides are always fun.
Here we go.
All right, let's tell some secrets. Let's do it. Come on.
That's what, like, to me and to every one of us, we can tell you that bus rides are the things that, like, really make us bond a lot. Not only, like, during the season, but, like, outside the season, before the season, postseason, anything. Bus rides are, like, always the best. We all have a good time. And Coach Sid, I know he remembers a little song you sang.
Was it after the game
It was
at Riverdale?
Yeah, was it Riverdale?
Yeah,
Riverdale?
yeah.
What did I say?
We tied Riverdale.
It was Ice Ice Baby, Coach.
Yeah,
we dug
Say,
up the video.
The famous. Listen, the famous. Vanilla Ice that is building houses now, right? On HGTV, right? He's a house flipper. But yeah, Ice Ice Baby. All right, stop, collaborate, and listen, right?
Who sampled the Rolling Stones Pressure?
Yeah, and got in trouble for using the rhythm. I don't know if these guys know that, but you know Queen. You know the rhythm that goes,
the doom 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 doom.
Did you know that he took that from Queen?
Yeah, he got it from Queen.
Under Pressure.
Yep.
So if you pull up Under Pressure and you listen to it, and then he got in trouble.
Yeah, he got a lot of trouble.
Yeah, a lot of trouble. Because if you use anybody's beat, you have to ask for the rights of it, and if they say yes, they may even get some money from you using their music, right?
But unfortunately, he didn't.
No, he didn't. So their bus rides. They also went down to the water park for their kind of banquet. They had they had the banquet but I asked them. I said, "Hey, you guys want to go and have a celebration?"
At Nashville Shores.
After the year was over, they went in June. Unfortunately, I was not able to be there because I'm telling you, we would probably have funny stories to tell that I missed out on. But those are just times where these guys, I'm telling you, Dan, those are memories that they won't ever forget, and it's exciting to see, where we're going to go this year.
Well, so you got a nice problem as far as how many folks you have on the roster.
We have 35.
Okay, so you've got 35. So LaFawn's got an incredible problem with 60.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's
60 ladies on that roster.
Yeah. That's.
But you have a good problem with 35 because now you've got where you can pick and choose.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you.
And everybody be color coded.
Yeah. Well, we kept 11 freshmen.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's have these guys. What do you think of? Three of our freshmen. You want to talk about them? Each of you take one.
Victor. Shout out to Victor.
Okay.
Shout out to Victor. I mean, this man came in. He's played for TSC. He's a natty champ for his team. I mean, phenomenal player. And as a freshman, they can be smaller. You don't know if they've played with a bunch of high schoolers. You can kind of doubt that. You can kind of worry that. And I was talking to our assistant coach Colton, and he had his own doubts too. We'll see how he is. Want to make sure he's got a good attitude, and I mean we knew he was a baller, but he's just blown us away. Yeah. I was talking to coach the other day at practice. He's like, I mean this kid's got it all. He's aggressive, he's fast, and I mean he's a baller. He just knows how to play. And
so is he going to move up the roster?
He's already up the roster.
Ah,
he's
okay.
He's pretty.
So you guys are taking him under your wing.
I don't necessarily know if they need to take him under his wing.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm not.
Is he that good?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. He's. I mean, under their wing, yes, in the sense of understanding that our district will be very physical.
Underclassman.
Yeah, he's an underclassman.
Yeah.
But when you talk about just raw soccer talent and ability, he has it. These guys, he plays for TSC, played for an ENCL travel. He plays for TSC, one of the top teams in his age group. That's Aaron. Jason does as well. These both of those two have played travel as well. Victor plays for an ENCL team at his age group as well. Preston, who's not here, plays for TSC. So Tennessee Soccer Club, Eric Velazquez plays for TSC, is probably, to me, the best soccer club for girls and boys in the state of Tennessee.
Is that similar to AAU?
Yes, sir. And that's why you look at Williamson County, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Williamson County is sending 2 or 3 teams, boys and girls, every year to battle to be one of the top 8 in the state. And these guys know it, and Rutherford County. So, I mean, hey, a testament to that soccer club to train kids. Kids play year-round. And then as a high school coach, you're benefiting from their ability to play year-round. And we have a lot of those guys that come through. Victor's one of them. So what do you think about Cameron?
Cameron's really good, fast, strong. He doesn't play ECNL, but he plays ODP, which is the Olympic Development Program.
Wow.
Yeah, he's really good, really smart on the ball, good, could be a really good right back for us. And right now he's progressing through the ranks. He's not green right now. I think he'll be a blue by the end of the season. He just plays really well, really calm under the ball, looks for the pass. If he needs to, he'll beat a player or two and then pass it off to anybody. Or cross the ball into the box, get a good delivery in.
And then we have Brewer. Ernesto, he saw you.
Same thing with Brewer. He's really good. He is a little bit smaller in size, but that, in practice, that really hasn't made an effect really because he's really strong on the ball. Picks his head up, looks for a pass, triggers that movement, makes a play, and then goals happen from there. Same thing with Victor. He triggers a lot.
Does being smaller in size have an advantage in soccer?
There are moments. I think there are sometimes. Yeah.
I mean,
now I'm not looking at you, Jason. I'm just, you're like a footballer, man.
If we really want to talk, we look at the German national team, right? Yeah. We're not going to find very many small. and they've won many World Cups, very many small in stature soccer players. But you look at Messi. Messi's not a very tall individual. Maradona, back in my time, these guys would laugh at me, but played for Italy. Not very tall in stature.
Shoot, man, back in my time, we talked about Pele.
Yeah, Pele. Yeah, when I start talking about these individuals, these guys are like, oh, man,
yeah,
what are you talking about?
Hear that.
They're Ronaldo. They're Messi,
Ronaldo.
Yeah. But, I mean, we've got 3 dynamic freshmen coming into already a loaded roster, when we talk about varsity. So it'll be interesting to see.
But it's a good problem to have, to be able to slip one in, take one out, give some rest.
I don't know. Like I said, they're going to be battling, and we're going to play the best 11 to start games,
right.
And then we'll feed those guys some breaks, and and hopefully we can manage that as a team and understand it's a process and it's a team game, and we're doing things to get to the.
As a coach, you're going to send in the best 11 to start with for the game. But is it that time that you go, maybe I just need to sit this guy down this time? Let's see what this guy can do.
I think there are moments that you make those decisions to find out, and those moments may be, to me, especially in this sport, kind of a statement. Hey, maybe practice hasn't been so well. Maybe this player's outplaying someone, and if they are, you're going to find that player may not start, and he may come in as a reserve, and minutes may diminish.
Is that a statement that you would make without really having to make a statement, without having to tell this person why they did not start?
These guys know that. I mean, these guys know that. I've been with them 1 year. I mean, I'm not saying that Esau's thing that we had a conversation about, but they know everybody, there's an open spot.
Yeah.
There are certain places where okay, this person has solidified their spot, but there are some guys that are going to be battling. It's a good thing to battle, and it's a good thing to have a reserve to where, like I said, I don't want to think of our reserves as reserves. I want to think of our reserves as this guy could start.
Right.
So when we take him out, we're not losing anything on the field.
Right.
So,
let me ask you this. We're getting toward the end of the show. We got like 7 minutes left. But I'm going to ask this of all 4 of you. Describe this guy as a coach.
I want to say the most important thing for me is, like you said, him, and we can't forget Colton, because we
both bring different. That's right.
They're family guys. I mean, I'd go to him for life problems. I wouldn't go to him just for soccer, and that's something that I'll remember forever. Sports give us more than just the sport itself. He's been a mentor for me to grow as a person, and just seeing how much he loves his family, how much work he puts into our team, the extra stuff. He doesn't do the bare minimum. He's working at home on his own. It's just really shown me like a great example to look up to. He's a hard worker.
Yeah, both coaches. Like, maybe some coaches will just, like, after practice, they just go home and do whatever. But if we're staying, playing around, they hop in, they come in, play with us, have fun with us.
I pull something, and it's real quick to get off. Colton continues. Colton's time on the field is a lot. I mean, we'll be in pregame, and Colton's out there like one of them, and I'm over there going, man, I just wish I could get out there with him like I used to. So, hey, I'm going to let them continue talking, but they're a great group of guys.
I mean, it's fun. A lot of fun at our training sessions, a lot of jokes, but we're also serious. Yeah. They keep the tempo up while making us laugh, making us have fun in the sport. Some coaches make you not want to go to practice, make you run countless times because you messed up one mistake. I feel like there's a lot of encouragement with our training sessions. If you make a little mistake, they tell you what to do, then you hop right back in and get back in it. And that's what I like about the coaches.
Colton and Coach Sid, they're both great coaches. I mean, like Aaron said, a lot of us can go to them if we got life problems, and they talk to us about it. I mean, we said we were brotherhood. We take them as family, too. Yeah. They're a big part of our family, too. Did
you get any nice gifts from these guys at Christmas? Just ask him, man. You're talking family here.
I just wanted one gift.
You just want a state championship. That's what you want.
We told them it's coming.
Here's what I'm saying.
See what I'm seeing here, and you brought you actually brought your core group of guys of your seniors
minus
one, but I see a lot of confidence here. You don't see a lot of that in preseason.
Well, here's these guys are very talented. Okay, here's
Right.
what the rule of thumb for coaches, and you can ask any coach for any sport. 90% is players that you get, right? When Norman says he's leaving the program, and that was up, and he says, "Hey, Greg, you want to take it over?" It was a no-brainer. Because here's what happens, right? You're going to be taking a program of boys soccer that already has a winning tradition, and these guys, they know the game. What are our adjustments at halftime? Our adjustments at halftime is not about their skill. Our adjustments at halftime are our movements on and off the ball. That's it. I mean, and they recognize that as players. Hey, this is where we're getting beat. We're not pressing, those type of things. So it's not like we're sitting in there, we're railing them, at halftime. Right. It's like more along the lines of they already have that feeling. So how can we adjust? So that's a plus in itself. That is like,
The one thing I can say about you, we're going around the room here. One thing I can say about you, and this goes back to when I was PAing the basketball.
Yes, sir.
In the old gymnasium. Heaven forbid. But
yeah.
But
good place.
I would watch him. It was the old Hardy Lloyd Gymnasium. For you folks who have never been in a gymnasium, this place was magical. Absolutely magical. Old, yes, but still magical.
Yes, sir.
But when you would watch him be an assistant coach for basketball, it wasn't the game. It was the student athlete. And that's exactly what you brought to the game, because you gave nothing but encouragement to every single kid that was going to go in.
Appreciate that.
When Coach had you send somebody in, it was always a word of encouragement. And I always knew there was something special about you.
I appreciate that.
I'm just saying.
Well,
now, this is not going to be a hug moment. This is not going to be, we're not going to shed any tears.
We won't do what Tom Brady does.
No, we won't.
Hey, so here's.
Hey, just remember the Shaq Mason Columbia Central graduate and 2010 state champion is his right guard.
And I'm a Tom Brady fan because I'm a Michigan fan.
Okay,
so,
all right.
But I'd like to end with a few things. These guys have maybe college-bound dreams. I want to tell them,
sure.
Say a little bit about their academics.
You got 3 minutes.
3 minutes. Give a little bit of time of like, hey, this is where I want to go to college, because that's real important, and maybe a future in soccer if you want to do it. Can you kind of allude to that?
Yeah, for me, just recently, I really just felt in my heart that God wants me to go to Lee University in Cleveland, Tennessee.
Cool.
It's a good Christian school, and Colton. He is really good helping with recruiting. He helped Jason with his process, and I'm sure he can talk it through. But right now, that's my dream. Go play soccer there, and Colton's helping me. He doesn't have to. That's just how much he cares for us. So
yeah,
that's where I'm at.
Give
right
a shout
now.
out to Colton's. What's his recruiting?
Premier Football Tech.
Yeah.
If you want to train, he'll get you right.
I know. Yeah. He promoted. He did a cheap plug on the show last time he was here.
Esau, what you got?
Talking about college, if the opportunity comes, then I'll definitely take it because I want to keep playing college, or I want to keep playing ball.
Right.
Like college ball. If the opportunity comes, I'll most definitely would take it without a
cool.
thought.
Is there a university in your? I mean, not necessarily soccer, but where are you planning right now?
I'm not sure about soccer, but I plan on going to Columbia State. To start out with.
Good deal.
Yeah.
By the way, that's Maria Perez's brother.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, plays for Columbia State. Just a shout out to her as well.
I'm actually already committed to the University of Pikeville in Kentucky. So, yeah, going there, play soccer.
Kentucky, man.
Get my education.
That's all right.
I'm the same way like Esau. Just whatever opportunity comes my way, I'll just take it.
Good deal.
I want to say something real quick before we end the show. I think something that I know motivates all of us is, and it's part of Columbia, we're a community, the fans. not even just our parents, parents of kids who aren't even on the team, how much they support us.
It's a great shout out.
It makes me want to play hard. I mean, it really does. I mean, I want to go as far, win state for the parents, for the fans, because they believe in us. And there's nothing that feels better when your community is backed behind you. So I really wanted to shout out to the fans.
All right, good deal. Excellent. Oh, don't forget, Boston Butts are on sale by the Columbia Central football team, $35. They are not Kardashian butts, but they are
close.
They're close. they are great Boston Butts, and they are for sale for $35, and they go on to March 1st. March 1st is the drop dead date for ordering. So make sure you call a member of the Columbia Central football team.
Come out and support us. Columbia, come watch these boys play. They're an amazing group of guys. They are a brotherhood. I'm excited. Our first home game, I believe, on there would be.
It is going to be Shelbyville on Friday, March 15th.
Friday, March 15th. Come out and support us. First
Junior
home game.
varsity at 5, varsity at 7 o'clock.
We love a good crowd.
And chances are I'll be out there to make sure the music is working.
There we go.
And thank you for having us.
Not a
tonight,
problem.
man.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it. And everybody have a nice evening. Come back and join us next week for All the Balls Sports Show.